If you were going to characterize the millennial generation, what would you say about them?
So I would say just a quick thing that I also think we're going to see this about Gen Z as well, that those who are a little older, they actually are split between that some of them have been fully digital and others only part. Because it came a little bit later for them. So I think we'll begin to see some of that in the research pointed out as those who are on the younger side, born closer to 2012, start to get older. As for the millennials, I think that when we really started when I started this company and we started this work, it's interesting, even though I knew it would be about Gen Z, Looking Forward Lab would be about Gen Z, it actually got its start based on millennials. And one of the quick case study is I got a call from a client, wonderful client in Boston, an organization that was doing great work, had hired a wide range of people who were working in the office. This is pre-COVID, so it was a full-time team in the office. And the CEO called me and said, I just am concerned that we've got some things going on that I'm not quite sure. She said, I think I'm going to label it as around diversity, equity, inclusion, but I'm not quite sure. And so we go in and do work to be able to assess it, and quickly realize that certainly you could have put it under the title of, or the container of, diversity, equity, inclusion. But it was not certainly about race. It was not about gender. It was not about sexual orientation, religion. It was actually age. And it was about how age was impacting professionalism, impacting assumptions, and pulling that all apart. And that's when I actually was really confirmed that this company that I had already designed for and was waiting for Gen Zers to get older, that it was going to happen, because millennials were already pointing that way. And what we saw there is this way in which some of what people have said about Gen Zers is the questioning. Why do we have to do it this way? I've got some other ideas, and feeling very, some of that same language, entitled. I should be able to tell you my idea. I wanted to go this way. We were already beginning to see that generation, many, not all in the sort of blanket way we talk about Gen Z, not as diverse as Gen Z, but many saying, I do want there to be diversity talked about. I do want the social issues to be front and center. And I have some very specific ideas about how you do those things. So I think that for millennials, they were beginning to test some of those things out, and were feeling caught, but in that I do get it, that I'm supposed to show up in this particular way. I've been trained in this way, but what about these things that feel meaningful? Where do I put them? How do I ask about them? And in that particular case study, we realized it was communication style. We realized that there was some very different understanding about what professionalism and its definition and how it actually showed up, how it looked, and a way around challenging that was showing up that was very different than managers had seen prior, and think that millennials were really paving the way around some of those ways in which, again, they were showing up in the workplace and their expectations. I think it was also the first generation where we saw that people were saying, I need this workplace to feel like home. I need this workplace to feel good to me. It is not just a job. It's not transactional. And I'm not just here to do what you tell me I'm supposed to do, but I'm supposed to get something out of this. And I think that was certainly very different for many people as well.